Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hey, it's your boy Leo again. I wanted to speak on mind control. Yes, if you've been through school, you have been mind controlled. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. It has stick in your subconscious. It has created. It has been enabled. It has enabled you to fit in the matrix in which they designed. Mind control in all major towers. Like, I'm not about to get into hefty details. For example, let me use this Earth. Most of us learn about the Earth from school, but not what we observe. Ever since you have been a child, when you were a kid, you always knew this world, but you went to school, they defined the world for you. Mind control begins early. That's why they take children to school early. That's why they go to Sunday school. They learn about Adam and Eve. People grow up hating snakes. The story of Cain and Abel sticks in our head. Yes, religion is just another school. They tell us that, what did they say? They say they tell us we live on a spinning globe, which is not true. We live on a flat, not flat like a pancake, but relatively flat. We don't live on a sphere. And many people will think that, oh, I'm crazy, I'm out of my mind, things like that. That's the mind control. When you go outside and you just observe, what do you see? Do you see a spinning ball, or do you just see a relatively flat ground with hills? Obviously, you have that which it can't be pancake flat like that unless you are living in some kind of desert. Even deserts, the dunes do gather and form some type of hills, something of that nature. Yes. They show you now. They tell you that we are living on a spinning ball. That we evolved from monkeys, although they don't say like that directly. But yet they can't explain how the eye functions because we are very complex creatures. We didn't evolve from no single cell in an ocean. They say that ammonia cells in the ocean formed the first cell. The ammonia in the ocean formed the first living cell, which later evolved into other organisms that evolved into multicellular beings, which later evolved after billions and billions of years, evolved to what we have become and the different species that we observe on Earth. What a fallacy. There's no such thing like that. We didn't come from monkeys. We have always been like this. We've always been like this for over 300,000 years. Yes, I said in the other video the story of Anunnaki. They messed our DNA. Yeah, many call them Anunnaki, but people got different names, especially when you go along with oral tradition of various tribes, which I do study a lot. I do study a lot of oral tradition from various tribes. They all speak the same thing. They all explain the same thing. And learning from different tribes gives you the full picture of everything. Of course, obviously, I also read the other sources. I don't just stick to oral tradition. Anyway, but we've always been like this. No one evolved from a monkey. There are no missing links. Yes, the creatures like Bigfoot do exist. There's a lot of creatures in this world that many of us don't know exist because they have been hidden from us. Yes, the reptilians. Yes, they run the government. They are the one brainwashing us. The science in which we are taught in school is meant to design a matrix. The technology we design and develop doesn't develop or benefit society. It is meant for control. That's why they suppress a lot of 0 point energy or zero energy, whatever they choose to call it. It's just tapping into the ether. They don't teach ether in school. They want people to concentrate on particle physics, bombarding particles bombarding particles which have nothing to do with our reality, creating non-existent particles like, what do they call it, antimatter, dark matter, just to fit the equation and to balance the equations. Not that they did some experiment and observed something called dark matter, antimatter. They didn't do no such experiment. They just came up with theories. Like they say that a magnet, they tell us how a magnet works is like, they say that a magnet emits, I don't know what they call it, some other particles which you don't see. They can't explain action at a distance because they live in a particle world. But in reality, everything is connected, everything is one. Everything is from the ether. Everything is from the ether, but with different modulation. Schooling doesn't want you to know that. Now they are pushing this technocratic world order. Everybody, Facebook, facial recognition, voting by electronic means. Uh, what do they call them? Where people merge with technology and infuse themselves with machines, things like that. They promote them as if it's something glorious. It's because they want to trap you. All these things our ancestors understood better than they do. And the main reason we didn't build anything they were building is because we knew better. Focusing on the material world takes you away from your real purpose of existence. It traps you. So these parasites, they teach us things that can't really help us that much. They teach you something that you know something able enough to survive in the matrix they created for us. Schooling ain't nothing. Same as religion, brainwashing. It's time you start to think, detach from the emotional things that people be arguing over concerning religion and things like that. Peace, fam.